Aggression refers to behavior that's intended to cause harm or damage, and the impact of aggressive behavior on individuals and organizations does cause physical and emotional harm to clients, staff, and bystanders. And it does disrupt those daily activities and productivity. It messes up the system, the routines that we have. It could potentially damage the organization's reputation. And we know that now their phones out, recording, and we don't want any of that, right? And we want to handle this properly so we don't get to a point of getting lawsuits or then all these other problems. First thing is to recognize those signs of aggression. And really, a lot of it is nonverbal. So you have to understand the client that you're working with. Body language and facial expressions, usually you'll see those signs coming in before some of the things they're saying. But obviously, if there is a change in tone or choice of words, then likely you should know whether a client is showing signs or triggers or is being a little triggered about something. If you look it up, research does state that communication is mostly nonverbal, actually. You do not need to wait for someone to speak to see any of these signs. Next is that you want to identify triggers. Triggers are events or situations that precede and increase the likelihood of aggressive behavior. So basically, they show us what the client is bothered with, right? And they start to show those signs. Now, if that trigger was to occur, we could see someone escalating, showing signs that they are about to go and hurt somebody. We should be aware of these triggers and identify them and maybe list them out per client so we know exactly what is the trigger and how can we avoid that in the future. So some strategies for identifying those triggers. You do want to analyze data and collect from past experiences. Again, take good notes of it and create a separate file per client. And perhaps just to conduct interviews with the individuals involved. Some of them will just tell you, right? If they're verbal, they should be able to tell you, or you could ask their families or people collaborate with other staff or families that do know what those common triggers are for that client.